Identifying and evaluating the leadership role of technology in the educational setting has been the focus of many researchers in the past few decades. Leaders in the area of educational technology and instructional technology have conveyed ideas with many similarities as to what leadership is. Those individuals who make an impact on lives tend to have similar characteristics and traits. This presentation explores those traits of leadership in the field of instructional technology. Leaders have vision. Vision requires the ability to know where we've come from and where we need to go. In his History of Instructional Design and Technology, Robert Reiser provides a fascinating description of the events that took place in multimedia history, highlighting the suggestion that the media is secondary to the process. In the field of instructional design and technology, we learn from our past to create a vision of using media for instruction with learning principles at the forefront. Another leader in technology integration, Peggy Ertmer, has spent decades researching curriculum and instruction. When regarding teacher education and professional development, she highlights the importance of having a vision, of making a plan, before investing in resources such as hardware and software. These resources are viewed as first-order barriers, extrinsic to the instructor. Her vision for teaching and learning include a focus on modeling, reflection, and collaboration. She, along with many others such as Mishra and Kohler, Hofer and Harris, have a vision whose focus is less on technology and more on content and pedagogy training, while identifying areas in the curriculum where technology can work. Visionaries such as Locke promote the idea of collaboration as well, insightfully requesting that we put our brains together as we work to develop information sharing systems. Leaders have humility. Leadership in instructional technology certainly takes a large dose of humility as we explore ways of integrating technology within a field that's constantly changing. Leadership requires modeling great educational practices, a passion for lifelong learning, and an appreciation for both the similarities and differences among your students. Humility in leadership is a self-confident strength that allows others to shine. Similar to Locke's idea of collaboration, Ertmer echoes this idea of learning with your students as being a valuable practice. No longer is it imperative to know it all, nor is it possible. There's a need for humility in leadership, of giving others an opportunity to stand out. Leaders have purpose. Great leaders create culture by design. They are intentional, strategic, and rally those around them to a common purpose and a shared vision. Robert Reiser defines instructional design and technology to include the use of media for instruction and the employment of systematic instructional design procedures. There is purpose and intention behind the work of the instructional technologist. He adds that instructional media is not intended to supplant the instructor. Purposeful, deliberate, and premeditated. This describes the decisions a teacher makes every day. Decisions to be agents of change, to try new technologies, and assess new ideas and ways of thinking. As Reiser maintains, this requires careful instructional planning and work that's influenced by the lessons learned from the history of media. Leaders have awareness and put people first. Bill Strickland embodies the leadership quality of putting people first, treating the poor with dignity, and bringing them out of the dark to new life. Great leaders are aware of themselves, their learners, the learning environment, and the context in which learning may take place. An emotionally charged Bill Strickland capitalizes on this leadership quality in his TED video as he explains how the learners in his learning environment grow. What we've discovered is you have to give them flowers and sunlight and food and expectations and Herbie's music, and you can cure spiritual cancer. The emphasis is on knowing your learner and cultivating their growth through a keen awareness of the learning environment. Similarly, in the teacher education environment, Peggy Ertmer explains how critical teacher beliefs are and their perceptions as she refers to second-order barriers or those intrinsic to the educator. In regard to technology integration, how a teacher feels about technology, what they believe about teaching practices, and whether or not they want to change, plays a critical role in their decisions to use technology. Teachers' perceptions of the criticality of barriers are significant. Pedagogical beliefs and current practices influence a teacher's technology integration. Therefore, leaders in instructional technology will put the people first and identify their learners' beliefs. Two other leaders in technology, Leanna Archambault and Kent Crippen, focus on learner characteristics in their research. We come to understand that the learner is the most important piece of this puzzle. When we put the learner first, we gain an understanding of them as people. This insight helps the instructional technologist tailor learning experiences to the learner. The complexities of the individual learner are the focus for additional insight from Jonathan. His work suggests the utilization of ill-structured problem solving, specifically because of the multiple perspectives and various interpretations each learner brings to the learning environment. These character traits, vision, humility, purpose, and awareness of the individual, are what set apart the greatest of leaders. Ultimately, leadership must be evident in the field of instructional technology for any real change to occur in education.